The story of Islam's rise in Russia is one of resilience, adaptation, and deep-rooted faith intertwined with the complexities of geography, culture, and history. As the world's largest country, Russia spans a vast expanse of land connecting Europe and Asia, a natural crossroads where civilizations have mingled for centuries. Amidst this diversity, Islam has carved out its space, growing from a marginalized faith to one of the country's most significant religious communities. The journey of Islam in Russia, from its introduction in the medieval era to its contemporary revival, is not only remarkable but also vital in understanding the nation's broader historical and cultural tapestry. Welcome to the informative channel, and we will discuss the topic, Rise of Islam in Russia. The narrative begins over a millennium ago, in the 8th and 9th centuries, when Islam first reached the Volga region through trade routes and missionaries from the Middle East and Central Asia. The Volga Bulgars, a Turkic people inhabiting the Middle Volga region, converted to Islam in the 10th century. Their adoption of the faith was not merely a spiritual choice but a political one, as it aligned them with the powerful Islamic caliphates and provided them with a shared cultural framework for diplomacy and trade. This early connection laid the foundation for Islam's enduring presence in Russian territory, with the Volga River becoming a lifeline for Muslim traders and communities. As the Mongol Empire expanded into Russian lands in the 13th century, Islam's influence grew further. The Mongols themselves were religiously diverse, and their tolerant policies allowed Islam to flourish under the Golden Horde, one of the successor states of Genghis Khan's empire. Many Mongol rulers embraced Islam, and their courts became centers of Islamic scholarship and culture. The Tatar communities that emerged in this era would become one of the most prominent Muslim groups in Russia, their legacy visible even today in regions like Tatarstan and Bashkortostan. The integration of Islam into Russian society, however, was not without challenges. When the Muscovite state began to consolidate power in the 14th and 15th centuries, it pursued a policy of expansion that often brought it into conflict with Muslim territories. The conquest of Kazan in 1552 by Ivan the Terrible marked a turning point in the relationship between the Russian state and its Muslim populations. While the annexation of Kazan brought the Tatars under Russian rule, it also signaled the beginning of a period of forced Christianization, repression, and cultural assimilation. Despite these pressures, Muslim communities preserved their faith and traditions, often retreating into rural areas or adapting their practices to avoid persecution. The resilience of Islam in Russia can also be seen in the way it adapted to the Russian imperial framework. By the 18th and 19th centuries, the Russian Empire had expanded to include vast Muslim majority regions in the Caucasus and Central Asia. This expansion brought millions of Muslims under Russian rule, creating a unique challenge for the state. Unlike earlier policies of forced conversion, the Russian Empire adopted a more pragmatic approach, recognizing the need to accommodate Islam to maintain stability. The creation of the Orenburg Mohammedan Spiritual Assembly in 1788 under Catherine the Great was a landmark moment, as it institutionalized Islam within the empire, allowing for the regulation of Islamic practices while integrating Muslim elites into the imperial administration. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of Islamic reform movements in Russia, driven by the broader currents of modernization and nationalism sweeping through the Muslim world. Reformist scholars like Ishmael Gasprinsky advocated for a synthesis of Islamic values and modern education, promoting the idea that Muslims could thrive in a rapidly changing world without abandoning their faith. These movements were met with mixed reactions from the Russian state, which alternated between suppression and co-optation. The growing sense of Muslim identity during this period would later play a significant role in the struggles for autonomy and independence during the Soviet era. The Russian Revolution of 1917 and the subsequent establishment of the Soviet Union brought new challenges for Islam. Under the atheistic policies of the Soviet regime, religion was targeted as a relic of the past, and Islamic institutions faced systematic destruction. Mosques were closed or repurposed, religious leaders were imprisoned or executed, and Islamic education was severely restricted. Yet, Islam survived even these harsh conditions, sustained by the devotion of ordinary Muslims who practiced their faith in private and passed it down to future generations. The resilience of Islam during this period is a testament to the strength of its roots in Russian soil. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the beginning of a new era for Islam in Russia. The newfound freedom of religion allowed Muslims to rebuild their institutions and reclaim their identity. Mosques were reopened or constructed anew, Islamic education flourished, and pilgrimages to Mecca became more accessible. Today, Islam is recognized as one of Russia's traditional religions, alongside Orthodox Christianity, Judaism, and Buddhism. It is estimated that there are around 20 million Muslims in Russia, making up about 15% of the population. This diverse community includes ethnic groups such as Tatars, Bashkirs, Chechens, and Dagestanis, each with their own unique traditions and interpretations of Islam. The rise of Islam in contemporary Russia is not without its challenges. Issues such as radicalization, ethnic tensions, and the state's sometimes heavy-handed approach to regulating religious life have created friction between Muslim communities and the broader society. However, many Muslims in Russia have also embraced their role as a bridge between East and West, contributing to the country's cultural and economic dynamism. Islamic art, literature, and cuisine have become integral parts of Russia's multicultural identity, while Muslim entrepreneurs and professionals have made significant contributions to the nation's development. In recent years, the Russian government has sought to strengthen its ties with the Muslim world, recognizing the strategic importance of its Muslim population. Initiatives such as the Russia Islamic World Strategic Vision Group and partnerships with countries like Turkey, Iran, and Saudi Arabia reflect a growing awareness of the geopolitical and economic potential of engaging with the Islamic world. Domestically, efforts to promote interfaith dialogue and combat Islamophobia have gained traction, although much work remains to be done. The rise of Islam in Russia is a story of perseverance and adaptation, shaped by the interplay of faith, politics, and culture. It is a narrative that defies simplistic interpretations, revealing the complexities of a religion that has not only survived but thrived in one of the most challenging environments in the world. As Russia continues to navigate its role in a rapidly changing global landscape, the contributions of its Muslim communities will undoubtedly remain a vital part of its identity and future. Thank you for watching this video and taking the time to explore the remarkable journey of Islam in Russia with us. We hope you found this deep dive insightful and inspiring. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.